I mean, Damian, it looks like you've broken your biggest fan. Sorry, just pointing out something I spotted in the corner of the room.
That fan has been through a war.
His only fan is gone. Not only fans, I didn't say only fans. I said only fan. There's a space in between.
I'll give you a tenner for promoting my OnlyFans.
No. And I don't want to know. I don't need to know. Don't ever mention it again. You can send the details. You can send the details to James later. I'm sure he's very interested. And Rob as well.
No. No, thanks. Fine.
What you on about, Steve? You're my manager on my OnlyFans.
Oh my
Steve, I don't think there's much of a demand for all this kind of, foot stuff that you're asking me to do. I don't think people want it. Like, what?
Why would I want foot stuff? Hello and welcome to What's Pastors Podcast. My name's Steve.
I'm James.
I'm Damian.
And I'm Robert. And on today's episode, we're going to be talking about, well, as usual, a little bit of a mixture of stuff. But also, we're going to be talking about Doctor Who's 60th anniversary special, starring David Tennant and Catherine Tate.
And if that's your thing and you're watching on YouTube, why not like, comment, and subscribe?
And if you're listening to us on any other platform, please hit that follow button.
Well, so we just worked out the last one we did was in October, or came out in October. So it's been a few months. We've been through Christmas since then. Obviously, that's how time works.
Very good, James.
How was your show?
Yeah, how was your show, Rob?
I wasn't in the Panto, but I came to see it, and it was very good, I thought. So you got some new people that's joined the group. That I didn't know who they were, of course, but they seemed really good on stage as well. And overall, enjoyed the show.
The Panto.
What was it again?
I was just about to say that, James. The Panto in question was Cinderella and the Velvet Slipper, done in the Ucheldre Centre just before Christmas.
Our usual place.
Yep.
And were both of you gentlemen in it?
I wasn't a gentleman in it, no, but I was in it.
Yes.
I was playing one of the ugly sisters.
And I was a narcissistic, loves himself, idiotic Prince Charming.
No change there, then.
Apart from the prince bit.
I'm not narcissistic or idiotic.
And the charming
either.
bit.
I'm not narcissistic or an idiot either.
Oh, and the narcissistic and the idiot bit. So what are you then?
I'm just the actor formerly known as Prince Charming.
Yeah.
That was my joke from when we did it as a radio play, like whatever that was.
I mean,
which one was that one?
Well, we done Cinderella radio play.
Oh yeah. I didn't remember that from that.
Yeah. Was that the one?
The joke.
Was that the one we had like a video with it,
Yeah.
like that cartoon things? Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. That was good. Good.
That one wasn't actually on the radio. That was the year before.
Right.
We did 5 performances of the Panto, and we had more or less full audiences every night.
Yeah.
Every show.
It's just the second to last show, we didn't have many people there. It kind of felt like like the audience didn't quite get the jokes or was told not to make any noise.
That one was the Saturday afternoon one, wasn't it? Which is more of a quietened down version because we had a couple of groups in, didn't we, with learning this and things like that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, a lot of them loved my character anyway.
Oh, yeah. Are you sure it wasn't just for the sweets you were handing out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's why Rob loved you.
No, actually, no, because I didn't get any sweets. No, you just walked past me and went upstairs.
You didn't give him any
I have a
sweets.
bag of like 12 sweets, and I need to like somehow give it out to 120 children.
Yeah, but no. I was very hurt by that. I was expecting some sweets to eat.
I didn't even let my mum have some sweets. Yeah, mum.
So what was the was there any particular twist on Cinderella this version?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
She didn't end up with try again. She didn't end up with Prince Charming. She ended up with Dandini.
She ended up with Dandini, Prince Charming's less attractive brother.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Go with that.
Yeah.
No, I think that's something stated in the script where
step brother or half brother or something.
I think it's stated in the script where you're like he's less attractive or something like that.
Well, I'll go with that.
But anyway, but yeah, and another twist of also Dandini has a slipper too.
Yes.
That's the velvet slipper part of the title.
Yeah.
Because it's to do with. Because not only is Cinderella having a glass slipper, just for some reason Dandini needs to do the velvet slipper, and if this slipper fits anyone, like
so Cinderella was trying to find someone whose foot fits the velvet slipper, basically.
that whole velvet slipper part added a pointless 30 minutes to the play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it a script that you'd got from online somewhere?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I think Lazy Bee.
Yeah.
That's the one. Lazy Bee.
It was either this panto or a panto called the Panto Puzzle.
Oh yeah, that was
yeah.
It's so convoluted and so stupid of a thing. It shouldn't even be.
It was just far too much going on in it. Which I think the kids would have lost track and been confused.
You were losing track and confused reading the script.
Well,
yeah. Did we have like a vote in the group chat?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know what this Panto puzzle was to begin with, so I looked it up, and I'm glad you went with the Cinderella one, because I don't think any of the audience that we get would have enjoyed that one. I don't think it's the right sort of play.
No.
For
I agree.
Yeah.
I think going forward, though, in the Ucheldre, I think we should definitely do more traditional pantos, not Cinderella with a twist, not Snow White, but she's actually Snow Green.
Snow Green.
What? Or yellow.
I don't know where you were going with that.
Or yellow snow. Or
yeah, that's. Well, I wondered if you were going to go there, actually.
Yeah. or not Snow White, but one of the dwarves is really tall, and we have a whole story based on it. Just a traditional panto with a traditional story.
Yeah, I didn't do one this year apart from the radio one for More FM.
We did. Yes,
as has become a tradition now.
We were all in that one, weren't we?
Yeah, we were. Yeah, in fact, we could probably put a little segment of it in here if you want.
Yeah, can do.
That's not a bad idea.
And we can also put the link on the top right corner of the screen for you to watch it yourselves.
Yes, certainly can.
Christmas Day.
Sir, you're needed at the Citadel.
What's happened?
Princess Morgana is missing.
Did you know about this?
Yes, that's what I've been trying to tell you.
For goodness sake, come on.
On More FM.
We're not monsters, but something has to budge. Enjoy your dinner.
Oh wait, don't go.
Camelot.
Sire, there's been an explosion on the mountain.
Yes, I heard.
What happened?
At 4:40 p.m.
Will you just do something for me? Just for my peace of mind?
Oh no, please, man.
Wear your 90s good luck pullover for me.
Oh please, no.
For me. Settle your mother's anxious heart.
Okay.
And don't go taking it off as soon as you're outside castle walls.
No, man.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that little segment there of Camelot. It was called. I was going to try and come up with a better title, but I couldn't. So it's
That's okay. Nice and simple, easy to remember.
Yeah, definitely that.
I always complain about when TV shows or films have really lazy generic titles.
And have you gone and done it yourself?
Yeah,
I've gone and done it myself. Yeah, there was the worst one was a couple of years ago. There was a TV like a crime mini-series on BBC, I think it was, about a family of people going on holiday and like the kid gets kidnapped or something, and it was called The Holiday. It's like, really? The Holiday? That was the best you come up with? Oh, it's about a holiday. What should we call it? Let's call it The Holiday. Like, Christ.
Okay, what would you have named it?
Would you have preferred The Holiday from Hell?
Well, I don't know, something.
That kind of gives a different impression of what the program would be about.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't actually watch the program, so I don't know what I'd have called it, but I wouldn't have called it The Holiday anyway.
Family Holiday.
When holidays go wrong. Actually, I think that is a TV show.
It wasn't Channel 5.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. It was a clip show with, things going wrong on holiday, but that was a TV show. Scrap that idea.
Yeah. Channel 5.
Yeah, probably.
Channel 5 at Christmas as well, particularly like Britain's favourite Morecambe and Wise moments or whatever.
Oh, yeah. There was something in those lines, wasn't there? Why did you...
Britain's favourite sitcom moments.
Anyway, was there anything else that any of you two did between the last episode and now?
No, absolutely nothing. I haven't even done any gigs or anything.
No, nothing. Okay.
Nothing apart from Camelot, which was typically rushed and done at the last moment as ever.
Yeah, just a bit.
Thankfully, thankfully, Morn FM didn't ask for any changes or edits because I'd already gone home and I'd done it on my computer here, which is a desktop, so I couldn't take it with me. So so I did it, and then I dumped all the files in OneDrive just in case, and then left. And thankfully, they didn't.
No, what you only had a few days to put it all together. How long did it take you to do that?
I think it was a few days.
Yeah.
I think it was right up to the wire. I think it was like midnight. Like, I think I finished it like the 22nd, but like at like 1 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, it was a rush, completely self-imposed. It was just like, just laziness.
Yeah.
Well, learn from that and don't get a repeat next year then. This year,
yeah. That's what I said the previous year.
Yeah.
But try to record in October, November at least.
Yeah, if one of you could like try and remember to remind me in September and be like, have you written the script yet?
All right.
I can't remember what I do 5 seconds ago. I won't be able to remind you.
James?
Yes.
Have you done the script yet?
No, it's on my list.
Yeah.
I keep saying it would be nice to do just like a normal radio play as well for Morn FM at some point in the year.
Yeah. That'd be good.
You could get Willie and Wendy.
Fun. I could do, yeah, because there's one of those scripts fully written.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it's nice to do that, play each year for Morn FM and to listen to it on Christmas Day.
It is.
It's always a slightly weird experience.
Yeah. I put the radio on Christmas Day at 5:30. Or was when did it start? Was it 20 to 5?
Yeah, I think
25. Yeah. So I put the radio on at 4:30, And I didn't realise the play had started because you have a bit at the beginning where you're sort of reading like a news report or something. I can't remember what you were saying, but I thought that was still a part of like Morn FM. I didn't realise it started because it sounded so real until I heard like the phone number, call 22226622 or whatever the number was. And I was like, oh, that's James. I didn't realise. So I thought that bit especially was like a really good. Oh.
You're probably so used to zoning out when he blathers on for a good how long, aren't you? You didn't realise until the number came up.
Yeah.
I was too busy playing Cards Against Humanity to remember to put the radio on.
I was having my Christmas dinner at that time, so.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
I was actually
washing your hair.
No, I was having my Christmas dinner at my mum's. That's the truth.
Actually, the only thing that they had to edit was because in that first section, it's like like Rob said, like a pretend radio broadcast, and I've made up a pretend radio station called Avalon FM, and they had to edit that out because of it's against some kind of broadcasting law.
All right.
To essentially pretend that your radio station is a different radio station.
I see.
So you can't be like, you're listening to Avalon FM when it's actually Morn FM, even though it's part of a play and it's a joke. So I thought it was interesting.
Do you know there actually is something called Avalon FM?
Is that?
Right.
Yeah. It's the Avalon FM series Fetal and Maternal Monitors from Philips Healthcare. It's like maternity. I think it's the stuff used to do ultrasounds, is it?
There's also Avalon Fund Management.
And there was actually a Radio Avalon, which was a pirate radio station set up at the Glastonbury Festival in 1983. It did later become a legally recognised station, but then in 2007 it was replaced with Worthy FM.
Nice. I love the idea of pirate radio stations. It's like sounds so much fun. A friend of mine has a story about he played at Glastonbury some years ago and took some dodgy pills and spent most of Glastonbury Festival in the medical tent.
Worthy FM is the on-site radio station at Glastonbury Festival, and it only broadcast for 1 week during the festival on 87.7.
Why would you listen to the radio at Glastonbury? It's literally a music festival.
It's probably for people who aren't at Glastonbury to listen to it. It's only on during Glastonbury,
right.
Worthy FM.
I see. That makes sense. Well, anyway, so what have you guys got coming up next, production-wise?
Well, the rep has two things going on. One, which is Wait Until Dark, which is being directed by Tom Walworth.
Yes, which I've just updated the poster for.
There we go. And then there's a second one going on as well, which they're hoping to be stepping out, which will be directed by Lynn Jones. But they're struggling to sort the cast out for that. But we'll see what's going on Tuesday and make a decision on then regarding that.
But hopefully stepping out is going to be performed in April and Wait Till Dark in May.
Yes.
If all goes to plan.
Yeah. That's right.
Cool. Yeah, Wait Until Dark was the one we were supposed to be... excuse me, the one we started rehearsing and then got COVID.
This is the third time in trying it now.
Yeah. We have talked about it on a previous episode.
Pardon?
Briefly. I just said we have talked about Wait Until Dark briefly. I think briefly anyway in a previous episode because I remember reading some lines from it as an example of what the play was about or something. I can't quite remember, but I know we've talked about it at least briefly.
Yeah, we could put a little segment of that recording in here if we can find it.
What did he sound like?
What did who sound like?
The joker who phoned.
Some kind of foreigner. 5 to 1 the accent was put on.
Where were you when he phoned?
My usual place. And you?
My usual place.
So? Lisa?
It's got to be Lisa. Who else knows where to find us?
What's through there?
Bedroom and bathroom.
Another entrance?
No, bars on all the windows.
I wonder if this place is bugged. Lisa!
Shh! Shut up!
Come out, wherever you are.
Who is it?
Good evening, Mr. Trenton.
You've got the wrong place.
Oh, have I? Then could I be interested in you in a rug for your study? I'd be giving this away at £2. But for you, sir...
no rugs, thank you.
Then if I may just deliver my message.
Who from?
From the party who phoned you not half an hour ago.
Then why the hell didn't you say so?
Thank you, Mr. Trenton.
That's not my name.
Ugh! Oh, I beg your pardon. I had no idea you were there. Now, I'll be candid and honest with you, gentlemen. Strictly speaking, this is not my carpet. I discovered it in a pile of junk on what demolition site at the back of here. And seeing as it's a little damp and a bit cheesy, 5 bob and I'll be on my way.
Let's have the message and take that stinking thing out of here.
Where's Lisa?
I beg your pardon, Mr. Trenton?
Let's get this straight, Charlie. My name is not Trenton, and I've never heard of such a person.
But a grand name, don't you think? Good old Mike Trenton. Don't you think it suits him fine, Sergeant Croker?
Sergeant who?
And you will be the detective, Sergeant Croker.
Come on. Who the hell are you?
I am Harry Rote from St. Albans.
Okay, Mr. Rote from St. Albans. The message and out.
Who sent you here?
The message, children, is that once upon a time, there were 2 small confident men. I believe they'd just come out of jail, poor fellows. One of them was tall and rugged, and he'd drop in on a housewife when she was alone and pretends to be an old friend of her husband's. The other would turn up a little later as a CID man. But the real brains of the outfit was a beautiful and talented girl. She could be young or old, French, Italian, Stockton-on-Tees.
Where is Lisa?
Both men fell for her and would make little passes when the other wasn't looking. With a quite pathetic lack of success. Finally, she got bored with them, made an anonymous phone call to the police, and then disappeared, taking their loot with her. As they say, there's no one quite so gullible as a con man in love.
Have you got anything coming up, James?
No. Hopefully some gigs at some point. But theatre-wise, nothing at the moment. But as I said, might do a radio play at some point.
Yeah.
In the year, so which would be good.
Rob, not Rob, James.
Yes.
Have you written the script for it yet?
No, it's on my list. Yeah, so Wait Until Dark. So are you in it, Steve?
No,
you playing
I'm not.
the role?
I'm not.
Oh, right.
No, just because this will be the 3rd time in trying it. I've tried twice with it before. I kind of lost a bit of interest with it, so I stepped down from it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I believe Rob's in it.
Maybe. I don't depend. Like nothing has been confirmed because John.
Oh yeah.
I think his name's John. I haven't actually worked with him before, but he was in your King Arthur Panto, I think.
Yes, he was. Yes.
Yeah. He wants to read in for the part of Mike.
Okay.
So yeah, hasn't been sort of confirmed yet. That's what we're doing on Tuesday.
I thought he was going to read in for the husband. Have I misunderstood?
Is that Sam?
Yeah.
No. Well, that's not what I was told anyway. But I don't know who's playing Sam actually. I know Mike, not the character Mike, the Mike that
Mike Gould.
Yeah. I know he said that he would play Sam if there was nobody else. I believe. But I don't know who that part actually went to.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. So it hasn't been 100% confirmed yet.
And is it Donna as the main woman?
Yes.
Still?
Yes. Which means that we don't have to redo the trailer that we did. I just need to update it, depending who's playing who. So yeah, that's nice and easy. A bit like the poster, just needed to change the date. So I made some slight changes, but nothing major. So, everything is like all done for it because we tried to put it on before. So yeah.
Cool. I think I did. I definitely started doing music for it.
Oh yeah.
I might message Tom, see if he wants music. So I think I did at least some of it. I'll have a look at that. Anyway, are you in it, Damian?
Well, I planned not to be, and then I told Tom several times that I just want to step out, but there was a point in the last rehearsal that he was struggling for actors, so I told him, only if you're struggling with actors so much, I'll step in to take a really small role. Like, just the smallest role.
What do you mean, struggling for actors?
He said he was struggling.
We've had a few new ones.
Yeah.
Plenty of people had to choose from.
He mentioned he was struggling to find the right actors, and I was like, okay, I'll step in. Only if it's a small role.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So I thought he'd retired from doing it.
Rob, wasn't it something to do with his eyesight or something?
Oh no, that was driving in the dark, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was. So I offered, especially if I was in it or helping with the show or whatever. But like, I'm happy to drive him to the rehearsals anyway. But yeah, I offered to do that. So if he wants to direct more plays, he has that option, because he just doesn't want to drive in the dark, in the winter times. He's okay, like in the summer or, but yeah, so that's why he's able to do this one.
So, we said we're going to talk about the Doctor Who recent specials. Yeah.
Yes. First off,
Yeah, go on.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, first off, is it a yes? Is it in the middle, or is it a no for everybody before we get into it? Like, what is the general thing?
What into what?
The proper word is
consensus.
Yeah, that's it. That's the word.
Oh, for the specials, you mean?
Yes.
Damien?
Yeah, I think it was a yes.
What, the latest episode?
No, the three specials.
Oh, the three? No, it's definitely yes for me.
Yeah.
Cool. I think we're all in agreement. I think it had like a lot of ups, but also had some downs, of course. But I think that's like typical for like any show. Of course, it's going to have some downs, but I think overall, I think it was pretty good. I think it's heading more in the right direction. There was a slight issue that a lot of people had with the first special episode, particular, but
yeah, I didn't understand that.
What did you
understand?
Isn't it to do with the non-binary person?
Yeah, probably the grandmother. She, being the character of the grandmother, she got a bit mixed up with the pronouns, which was part of the character, and then apologised for it. But I mean, I didn't see an issue with it myself. I don't understand why there was so many complaints. It seemed fine to me. I don't know what everybody else thinks.
I mean, it seemed fine to me, but yes, I understand some of the points people are making, but yeah, it's... Anyone else?
I thought it was quite... There's that scene where they're in the kitchen, isn't there? With,
yeah, that's... yeah.
I thought it was quite well done in terms of being... I thought it was quite believable.
Yeah.
Because she's being supportive, but she's just kind of saying, I find it a bit confusing sometimes, which I think is very, very realistic and whatnot. In fact, I thought, that scene actually, I thought was, when I watched it, I remember thinking, like, oh, this is, actual kind of believable characters for the first time in years.
Yeah.
Actually kind of natural sounding dialogue and, stuff.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
Yeah.
I think the whole thing, having a trans character, I thought it was done well. I think the ending was maybe slightly kind of convoluted. It was a bit slightly kind of muddled. I thought the rest of it was well done. But I think that first one, like, it was good. I think it was probably my least favourite of the three, though. I don't know about you.
My least favourite of the three was the second one.
Oh, really? That was my favourite.
I just found it went on and on and on. And I was just like, when's something going to actually happen?
Oh, I like that one. I thought that was...
I think that was kind of the point a little bit, Damian, with it, because
I get it. Was
the time was on very slow-mo.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I get that.
But I know what you mean.
Of it,
I was a little bit like that with it as well.
Like, I ended up finding myself skipping parts of the episode.
Oh.
Like, on my rewatch, I was just skipping parts of it because it was just boring.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I thought it was... I mean, I think it was more similar to, like, a classic episode or something.
Yeah.
Which is, like, my... sort of... I've always kind of preferred the classic series anyway, and it was... That slower pacing is kind of more what I like.
Yeah.
So it kind of appealed to me in that sense. And also just the fact that it was a small cast and kind of a bit weird and surreal and conceptual, really kind of, that's buttered my scone,
Yeah, well,
that's a phrase I've not heard before.
No. But
and I don't think I want to hear it again.
You said a small cast, so I mean it was only the two of them in that episode, and it felt, because the acting is really good, it felt like there was four people there, even though it was just the two of them playing themselves, or like a this evil version of themselves or something. But I thought it was really good. I thought some parts of the episode I was confused myself, because I was thinking, like, who is who, like, especially in, like, at the start, like before we sort of got introduced to what are they called, the now things or something.
I don't think they were actually named in the episode itself.
No,
I don't think. Oh, I might be wrong. I don't know.
I can't remember. I can't remember. I think a name has been put to them. I think. I don't know. But before we were introduced to whoever they were, anyway, I thought it was really good in the way that they did, like the way that they revealed that by like I'm talking sort of normally, and then once you got into it, it was like, okay, something's not quite right here, and then it said, my arms are too long. I was like, huh? Why is your arms too long? What? Why are you saying that?
Yeah, they were dubbed the not things.
Not things, right? Yeah.
According to this website, aliens have not had a formal name.
Yeah.
Though there are nothing, as opposed to Donna and Doctor's somethingness.
Mine here says that the doppelgangers of each lack concept of size and shape, constantly distort and morph into animalistic versions of themselves, and self-dubbed not things.
That just goes to prove that different websites has different points of view on it.
Yeah.
And different facts. And some are wrong, some are right. And I'm just rambling.
Yeah.
I really like this sort of sequence of scenes where the two of them were split up and they were kind of bumping into the other versions, and particularly the one with David Tennant, sort of, the real, so to speak, Doctor bumping in. I just thought David Tennant was brilliant. Like he had this kind of vulnerability to him that was like really well acted.
Agree.
He just looked kind of just looked so kind of vulnerable. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I like the fact that even though a lot of people wanted to, or still wants to, retcon the Timeless Child thing, and whether we like it or not, I think it's a good idea to still include it, and I like that they did include it in that episode. I think we've had more of a, like, we've gone into the Timeless style story more in these episodes than we actually did in the actual Timeless Child episode. But I like it.
Flex, isn't it?
Yeah.
For Russell, to actually do something with an idea that he didn't even come up with.
Yeah. But that's good. I am glad that they're doing that, and it's not. I don't think it's too much. I don't think it's too much, like, in your face. It's not like, please like this. Like, this happened, like it. It's just, a little line here and there just to sort of say, like, it did happen, and we're not going to retcon it. So I think that's good. I think that's good.
I think I respect the kind of there are a few things in those episodes that you kind of know that there's going to be like a backlash against them.
Yeah,
having a trans character, for instance, or you have a disabled character. There's this kind of representation and stuff like that, and there's things from the previous era that they've kept that people don't like and what. And I respect the gumption to just kind of do those things and just be like, no, this is what we're doing.
Well, I think Russell T Davies anyway appreciated the mavity of the situation.
Yeah, that was I didn't like that opening sequence. I thought it was a bit naff, but
I was kind of confused looking at the guy in the opening sequence, because, like, he's not black, he's white.
Yeah, the real person. Yeah,
the real person who was playing. What was it? A guy who invented gravity. Yeah. What's his face again?
Newton.
Yeah, that's the one.
Newton. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's an actor.
I was kind of just confused at that more than anything. Like, why?
Yeah, I mean that's something that's been, has been a feature of like theatre for a long time, isn't it? But I don't know, whatever.
But if you're a show kind of portraying history, kind of changing history isn't a wise thing.
Yeah, but I mean, also, a TARDIS didn't show up in
real
life either. So
yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I didn't really think about it. It didn't really come into my mind when I watched it. I only started to think about it like after the episode and after I started like reading like the reviews about it. But first time watching it, I didn't really think about it.
The thing is, though, I kind of agreed with Doctor and Donna after seeing him. He was hot, wasn't he?
Oh,
that was a moment when David Tennant said that, I was like, oh, the Daily Mail aren't going to be happy about that.
But I do like it as well, how, like, obviously he's playing the 14th incarnation rather than the 10th. And I like, even though he's got the same face and everything, like, his clothes are, like, very similar. And the way that he's acting is, in a similar way to 10, but it's not 10. I like how he's sort of changed it a little bit, because especially in the first episode, in the taxi, when they're talking about what did Donna do with the lottery, I feel like 10 would have had different responses. So, like, I do like that.
Yeah, and I was thinking originally that I thought it was a shame or a wasted opportunity to not have him play a very different characterization of the Doctor. I thought that would have been interesting to have the same actor but doing something very, very, very different with the character. And I still think that, but also I like the way that it was essentially an older version of the same character that's developed. It's like a more mature version of that personality.
Yeah,
which I think was interesting as well.
Yeah,
so
Yeah, it was.
and I also I like the fact that they've made him more emotionally kind of vulnerable and open and stuff. I thought that was quite because that's obviously something that they're going for with shooting out was Doctor. So I thought it was interesting to kind of to go from having years of the character that's like quite closed off and quite cold and stuff to then having one that's more open and more vulnerable. So it was quite interesting.
Yeah.
He is okay because the 14th Doctor will be okay, and they're doing rehab in reverse.
I wasn't sure about that regeneration or what happened to me.
The bi-generation.
Bi-regeneration.
Regeneration, yeah.
I couldn't get my head around it to begin with, because it did start off like as a rumor, so I wasn't sure what to expect, and then when it actually happened, I really couldn't get my head around it. Like all these things that like I started to think about so many things. Like, okay, they've done that now, so if they had like a major event, like a major invasion on Earth or whatever, like would the 14th incarnation needs to be involved as well, like, because like they need to explain like why would he not be around, or like how do they work around all of these things.
I think they might work around that by David Tennant becoming the curator. Yeah,
that has been the theory that's been going around, and I do like that idea as well, and it does make sense because in the 50th anniversary, the curator said, be revisiting a few faces, but just the old favourites. And obviously, the 10th Incarnation was an old favourite, so that could be the start of that. And yeah, there's been many sort of theories going around. So I have to see what happens. But yeah, after reading about it though, I'm with the bi-generation thing. Like, I like it more than I dislike it, but I'm not sort of 100%. But like, I'm happy to sort of go with it and to see where it goes, because I think the way that Russell writes is like, he likes to like put like one-liners here and there, and then like 2 or 3 seasons later, like he goes back to it and there's like a big reveal of something, and you're like, oh, that's why that was said, and blah blah blah. Like, so I'm happy to let things sort of simmer and let like Shooty take on the role and see what kind of incarnation he is, and see what happens in the future. So yeah.
Yeah, I think with anything like this, it's like, it's what you do with it. It's not so much the idea itself. You can have a great idea, and execute it really badly, which has happened. You know, look at Stephen Moffat's most of his episodes post him taking over. You know, it's like full of great ideas, but they're all, you know, mostly executed really half-heartedly and stuff. Or you can have a bad idea, like the Timeless Child thing or whatever, that if you do something interesting with it, then it becomes a good idea, or, you know, it becomes something worthwhile. So I think it's one of those. Sorry, go on.
That's okay.
I was going to say, what did we think of Neil Patrick Harris as the Celestial Toymaker?
Oh, I thought he was great. I wish we saw like more of him, but
You reckon we will see more of him in the future? You reckon he'll be back?
I mean,
maybe. I don't know. Like, anything can happen with that type of show.
He did say towards the end that his armies are coming, didn't they?
Yeah.
Can they find a way of releasing him back again?
Yeah. It obviously would need to be explained
box
really well. Yeah.
It would be, yeah.
But no, I liked him playing that role. And as I said, I wish it was like more of him, but yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I love it when Doctor Who does stuff that's a bit more surreal and a bit kind of weird and conceptual. Yeah. So that was, I mean, the second episode as well, obviously, but that as well, just the kind of weird imagery and that kind of sense of like, I think it's excuse me, I think it's like sci-fi. I like when sci-fi does stuff that doesn't make sense, because it kind of works with the idea that the universe is so vast and you don't know what's out there.
Well,
and
there was one
you
thing
could come across
on,
stuff that's just like completely doesn't make sense to you, because you have absolutely no frame of reference for it, you know, because it's just so outside of your experience. Yeah, so I like it when it does stuff like that.
There was one thing that I didn't like that they did, which didn't make sense to me.
Okay.
Because it was far too cartoonish, I think, for the episode. Was when Shooty's doctor grabbed a mallet out of from one of the TARDIS, and then just smacks the TARDIS, and another one appears. I felt that was far too cartoonish. I didn't think it worked.
Yeah, I think the last sort of 10 minutes of that episode were a bit. It kind of fell apart a little bit.
Yeah.
The reason they gave to that smacking the TARDIS, and then another one came out.
It was still in state of play with the.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was far too cartoonish, and Toymaker's not a cartoonist, though. He's a toy maker. Toys, not cartoons. If it was sort of cartoon based, then yes, it would have made sense, because it was more of a cartoony thing. It was more like a Roger Rabbit type of thing.
Yeah, it was a bit too convenient. I think it was a bit too. I think that's a problem that I kind of have a bit with Russell's writing, is he has that thing that I can't remember. He was quoted once, I can't remember where or when, but as saying that, you know, you have to put all your toys back in the box at the end of the episode. Like, you know, you have to fix everything at the end, which I think is sometimes just kind of makes things a bit too kind of neat.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked the third episode as well. I think I liked all the weird imagery. I liked the song as well. I thought that was just kind of...
Yeah.
What song?
He sings a song, doesn't he, in the unit bass?
Yeah. What's that
called? Oh, he does. Yes, he does. Yes, sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was just kind of insane and camp and weird, and the kind of...
Yeah.
I don't know, I think I think, you know, the show is like... The reason it's been going for 60 years is that it reinvents itself and takes risks.
Yes.
And I think I would rather see it take risks that, you know, even if they're things that I don't particularly like or whatever, then just see it kind of rest on its laurels. I mean, I did like it, but, you know, I'm always happy to see it do something daring.
Yeah.
Talking of singing, what did we think to Ncuti Gatwa's episode on Christmas Day? With singing in that. His first episode as a Doctor, if you like.
I didn't like it, but yet it was a callback to... I believe it was a callback to... remember when David Tennant was first regenerating into Matt Smith? He went to a bar and Captain Jack was there and Alonso.
You vaguely. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
There was actually a goblin singing in there.
Was there?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
I went back on it. I went back on that episode, and I think they introduced it as Goblin King or something.
Oh.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's niche.
Yeah. So I realised that was a connection.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't hugely keen on it, but as I said just now, you know, it's like I would rather see them doing something that they've not done before, even if it's something that I don't like, or even if it doesn't really work. You know, it's at least it's trying something different. So I take that every time over something kind of generic.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I like that episode for the most part. Anyway.
Yeah.
I liked his. I think it's quite refreshing. It felt refreshing to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
His sonic screwdriver was very different as well.
Yeah, that's the only biggest thing I don't really like. I prefer it when it actually looks like a screwdriver, not look like a...
Yeah. It's like a remote control kind of
thing. TV remote thing. Yeah. But, hey, it is what it is. Can we just mention for a second the ending to the second anniversary special, the sort of appearance of Wilf at the end of it?
Oh, yes.
I thought that was... That's probably the best sort of scene in that episode.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad that they still included that, even though he was meant to have more of a part in the third episode, but obviously was unable to film. Yeah, but I'm glad they still included him.
Yes, me too.
And I'm glad that they done it now. You know, while they still had the chance to, and I thought it was really good. It really felt like I think the specials really felt, even though they had a lot of downs, but some downs at least, but it really felt like, you know, like when a Doctor Who was at its peak. You know, it really felt like old times. You know, and yeah, I like the ending to that episode. I think that was really good.
Yeah, I like that as well.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to quickly mention that.
Yeah, it's so so good that they managed to do that. You know, it was like the last thing that he ever did. You know, as an actor.
Yeah.
And also in Jodie Whittaker's last episode, that they had some of the old companions, including William Russell, you know, who was in the first ever episode, and he's about 90 something now. You know, and the fact that they managed to get him to just have that little scene was really nice, because he's, you know, he won't be around forever. And so I thought it was really nice.
Yeah, they had Mel back in the giggle, didn't they?
Yeah.
Of all the people to bring back, it's like...
Well, it's kind of appropriate with that one bit where she had to sing a little bit. You know, like Magic Flow. Oh, you mean like, whatever. I'm not doing an impression.
Yeah.
Do we have any idea? Do we have any idea who the woman in the latest episode is?
Mrs. Flood, you mean?
Yeah.
That's the speculation at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the old lady? Like
yes.
Yeah.
Who at first is annoyed that somebody had parked an old police box, and then at the end of the episode, it was like he's never seen a TARDIS before.
Yeah.
Complete change. So
yeah.
Why the change and who is she? That's what they're saying, isn't it?
Yeah.
And why did she break the fourth wall? Like
that's what I was about to mention.
Back to something else, actually, breaking the fourth wall, because that's happened before. I forget now, but that has happened before, breaking the fourth wall.
Peter Capaldi did it, didn't he? He had there was like a whole opening sequence that he did.
That was the one that I'm thinking of.
There are a few. I mean, Tom Baker used to do it all the time. He used to basically just stare down the camera, because
I think it might have been Tom Baker or something as he was regenerating. It might have been Tom Baker that I'm thinking of. That, well, the bit I read anyway. Might have been. I can't remember.
He did, he used to do it a fair amount, because his kind of thing was like, I don't know, like he's so kind of godlike that he is almost kind of self-aware that he's in a TV show, and sort of talks to the camera sometimes, which I think is kind of cool.
The other thing about that episode is, who do we think Ruby's mother is? Because they did a DNA test on the character, didn't they, on Ruby, didn't they? And there was no living relatives, which was a bit odd. Although not unheard of. But anyway.
Ruby's mother, she is somebody that walks really, really slowly.
Yeah.
I have to say. Because that scene when, like, the ship is, like, trying to take Ruby and is, like, on top of the church, like all of that happens, and she's like barely walked away. Like she's still walking.
Yeah. You thought something like that, they'd be running away, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But no, not this person.
She must be really oblivious to stuff as well. Like, you know.
Yeah.
In fact, most of the people in the Doctor Who universe are oblivious.
But I mean, the Doctor did take a look at her and then decided to go back into the
not
TARDIS,
to,
didn't go after her.
Yeah.
And didn't go after her.
Yeah, which was a bit strange, but I don't know. There may be a reason for that. Later on.
Yes.
But isn't there a theory of the mother is an older version of Ruby herself? Isn't that one theory?
A lot of theories.
Yeah.
Well, I think she seemed a bit too tall to be Ruby. Because Ruby's not that tall.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, like, whoever was walking, the way that filming is done, they could have like a stand-in, and then like so sometimes there's no point trying to like zoom in into a face and try to figure out who is, who is there, like so it could be literally anybody.
I've seen theories that it could be Jodie Whittaker's Doctor.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Which I thought weird, really.
I think the boots were a bit like that, weren't they? If I remember correctly. Were they? Trying to remember now.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it will.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'll wait and see. What happens.
Yeah.
I really liked Shooting Out was Doctor. From. I thought it was actually kind of, although there was the sort of nostalgia of having David Tennant back. I actually kind of really liked having a version of the character that's just very kind of self-assured and very just kind of confident. And that was kind of almost more nostalgic for me, just having this character who's just this kind of heroic figure who just kind of knows what he's about. And do you know what I mean? Like, rather than it kind of felt like as we grew up with the programme that the character became more and more sort of, sort of less sure of himself and that kind of thing, and became less of a kind of straightforward hero that he is when you're a kid. So to actually kind of have a version of the character that is just more self-assured was kind of weirdly kind of comforting in a sort of weird way. But
and Shooty is so confident in the role that he did his first few minutes in his underpants, so I thought that was really good. I like that it was different from like a normal regeneration where like the Doctor's trying to figure out who he is again, and like and stuff like that. I like it wasn't all that. It was something new. So, and as I said, he done his first few minutes in his underpants, and
talking about the regeneration, that was something else that was different, because in previous regenerations, a lot of power's been released and TARDIS has been destroyed and everything, hasn't it, and rebuilt again.
Yeah.
Yet there wasn't that big a power release this time. Like the usual is.
Yeah, I'm glad that they didn't destroy that for the new set.
No, I like it.
Waste of money, wouldn't it?
Well, and that it would have been a waste of money, but I actually like it.
I like it,
yeah. Yeah.
I don't. I'd prefer it in dark mode.
Obviously.
It's too bright.
Yeah, but you can change the colour of it. You can have it any colour.
LED lighting.
Yeah, it has RGB.
As long as they keep it as long as they keep it a more easier colour to the eyes. Like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, bloody hell, turn it down.
I like it. The simplicity of it. It's like simple yet effective.
Yeah.
Not too much going on inside.
Yeah.
The TARDIS,
Again, kind of like harking back to the original TARDISes, really.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, it had the kind of stark white colours of the original TARDIS. And, also the kind of, I think the thing that I didn't like about the 2005 one is that it is just one room. Whereas with the old series, there's always doors going off of other places, and you get the sense that you could just walk into this thing and get lost.
Hang on, there is an episode where they do go all around the TARDIS. Is it one of Peter Capaldi's ones?
Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS.
Yeah, that's
is Matt Smith.
Oh, it's Matt Smith. Sorry.
And there's also another Matt Smith one where Scavengers. Where he's teaching Clara to drive the TARDIS, and he has the shields off. Scavengers grab it, and then they have to go all the way around the TARDIS to find Clara.
Yeah.
No, that is Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS. No, it isn't.
No, there's two different ones. There's that one where there's that one. Scavengers. There's one. There is another one as well, actually.
Oh no, there is another one before that. Doctor's wife. Yeah.
There's also the one where Rory and that's Doctor's wife, I think, isn't it? Yeah, that's the one.
We're on the same. We're all on the same wavelengths, but at different intervals.
Yes.
I just have to say that I've been on that set, and we were told not to flick a switch on the control panel, but like I was there, so I had to flick a switch on the TARDIS control, so it was really cool.
Was
I
that
just
down
have to add that in. Yes.
Nice. When did you go there?
2015, 16, or 17. One of those. So some time ago, but
Cool.
well, saying
Which
saying
one
some
was
time
that?
ago.
Sorry?
The Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi version of the TARDIS.
Cool.
It was real cool. Like it had like the TARDIS sounds and stuff when you walked in, and it felt like you're actually like on the show. It was great. And yeah, as I said, we were told like don't flick any of the switches, but I was like, when she wasn't looking, I was like, I'll just flick this switch, see what it does. It didn't do anything. It didn't like make us go back in time.
Every switch is connected to an alarm.
Yeah, but unfortunately we didn't go back in time or forward in time or anything. Taz didn't explode or anything like that, but it was cool.
Are you sure you didn't go to a different Earth?
Maybe I'm in the parallel
you're
universe.
in the same reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was really cool. So I just had to mention that. Sorry.
You're in a reality where we're doing the podcast again.
Yeah.
Question 1.
Yep.
The very first episode of Doctor Who was broadcast the day after which major historical event in 1963?
That's easy.
Okay, question 2. The author of which other iconic British sci-fi franchise was previously the showrunner of Doctor Who in the late 1970s? Okay, question 3. The David Tennant Christmas specials, The Christmas Invasion and Voyage of the Damned, take character names from which Shakespeare play? Question 4. Which lost Shakespeare play featured in the episode The Shakespeare Code? And finally, question 5. The 2008 story The Fires of Pompeii is famous for featuring which 2 actors that would later go on to be series regulars in Doctor Who? Okay, so question 1 was the very first episode was broadcast the day after which major historical event in 1963?
Assassination, JFK?
It was the assassination of JFK.
I put Queen's coronation because I couldn't think of anything.
10 years out. Okay, question 2. The author of which other iconic British sci-fi franchise was previously the showrunner in the late 1970s?
Douglas Adams?
Yes. Well, no. I mean, the question was which sci-fi franchise?
Oh, you said the author of which sci-fi franchise?
You said the author.
Yeah, the author of which other sci-fi franchise?
Oh, well, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. Christmas Invasion and Voyage of the Damned take character names from which Shakespeare play? One of the characters was mentioned earlier.
Calabalata? Was it?
Alonso, I was thinking of.
Oh, Alonso, yes.
Alonso.
Yeah.
Was the Tempest.
Oh, crap.
Sycorax.
Of course it was.
Oh, yes, of course, yes, Sycorax. Yeah.
Which lost Shakespeare play featured in the episode The Shakespeare Code?
Well, I thought it was Love's Labour Found. They said Love's Labour's lost. But I'm not sure about that one.
I'll give you it. It's Love's Labour's Won.
Oh, Lost and Won, yes. Got you, yeah. I was on the right track.
And finally, The Fires of Pompeii is famous for featuring which 2 actors who would later go on to be series regulars?
Peter Capaldi and Karen Gillan, I think.
Yes, that's what I've got as well.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
The first and last one is the only one that I actually knew.
You got more points than me, Rob.
Okay, so Rob, you got 2.
I got 2, yes, you are correct.
Well, I've given myself 3.5. I gave myself half pound because it wasn't fully right.
Okay.
And because I put Douglas Adams and not Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, I didn't give myself anything for that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've got 1 point.
Oh, no, I did. So, yeah. So, yes. 3 I've got.
1 point.
Well, you know what that means.
Yes.
That means Damian is today's big loser.
Yay.
And I'm not the big loser for a change. Yay.
I was a big loser last podcast as well.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it just feels like almost every time we do, because it's always me that's the big loser. It just
it's always
like,
me and you.
It's always me. Yeah, right.
And that noise means we've come to the end of another episode. If you've liked what you've heard, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
This podcast is also available on a number of other platforms. Why not check us out on OnlyFans?
Oh, God.
Don't forget to check the description for our other channels and websites. And on that note, it's a cheery pip from me.
It's a so long farewell. Avida saying goodbye from me.
It's an adios from me.
Okay, well, it's just a normal goodbye from me because all of that is just cringy. So, as usual, hope you guys have enjoyed. Please comment down below telling us your thoughts on the 60th anniversary specials. And yeah, until next time, hope you enjoy whatever song we decide to play. Hope you enjoy. Thank you for listening and watching, and goodbye. It is cringy.